Welcome to this live class recording. Grab a mat, water, and let's get started in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Elbow in, bring up your left arm, straighten up and over. Make sure that you keep both sit bones on the floor as you reach that hand over. Just keeping your arm straight, look up that arm, and then we'll move over to the other side. So left arm down, elbow in, right arm comes up, and reach over to the other side. Again, make sure that your seat is firmly planted on the ground. Try not to lift up your hips. You just want to stretch your side here. Okay, and then back up again, and go ahead and bring those arms forward, and then reach them forward. Make sure that your hips don't lift up as you do this. Head comes down, and just try to walk those hands forward and get a nice good stretch in your hips and your lower back and your shoulder blades as well. Okay, go ahead and walk those hands back up, and we're going to start out our practice today on the mat on your back, working on our abdominals. So go ahead and lay all the way down, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Have your hands out by your side, hips down, and have your feet all the way down, your legs flat on the floor. Flex those feet up, feet about hip distance apart. And then when you're ready, just lift your chest so your arms come forward and really try to lift up on that chest using those abdominals to keep you up. Shoulders are down. Make sure the top of your head is pointed towards the ceiling. And you're going to, with control, lift your right leg and then back down again. And then we'll lift the left leg and back down again. Hold those abdominals, just slowly lifting and lowering each leg. Don't rock from side to side as you do this. Okay, keep going. Really control to lift up that leg. Be mindful of what your abdominals are doing. They're supporting you. If you can even lift up a little bit higher, just enough. You're not sitting up. I mean, you're really using your abdominals to do this. Okay, now go ahead and pulse those arms forward as you lift and lower each leg. Keep going. Let's do 3 more on each side. So there's 1, 2, and 1 more on each side. Okay, go ahead and drop your elbows down to support you. Bend the knees. Feet down, and then come up. Have your feet just about hip distance apart. Soles of your feet are on the ground. And then sitting straight up, make sure that your core is supported, that your back is straight. Reach your arms out and forward in front of you. And then lean back, and as you do, sweep that right arm back behind you. And then use those abdominals to come back up. So inhale, reach back, sweep the arm the other side. Exhale, come back up. Okay, so keep going. Inhale, down, sweep the arm, come back up. And then inhale, sweep the left arm down. Exhale to come back up. Okay, so keep going. Don't rock from side to side. Really use control to lift and lower those abdominals. Keep going, doing great. Using control, your abdominals, your core, your power core is holding you in support while you can sweep that arm around. Let's do 1 more on each side. And the last one on the other side, and come back up. Okay, go ahead and roll yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time, using that core, those abdominals to lower you down. Don't fall all the way down. And then have your feet about at the very far corners of your mat, or the width of your mat. Raise up your arms overhead, and also have them slightly at about a 45-degree angle. So not too much. Now you're going to keep your whole core, your back's on the ground. Your head is not going to come up, but you're going to lift and lower those legs at the same time. Now this is a slow exercise. If you do it quickly, then it's actually easier, so you're not getting the full benefit of the resistance and using those abdominals to lift and lower your legs. So they both come up and they go down at the same time. Really feel the back muscles and your abdominals those limbs up and down. Okay, let's do 5 more. Three, 2 more. And 1 more. And when you come all the way up, go ahead and bring those knees into your chest, hug them tightly and rock from side to side. This helps release those muscles and it helps prevent any kind of undue strain, especially on any of your back muscles. So it's good to take a quick breather, quick stretch of your muscles. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and lower back down on your back and bring your legs up again. Have your hands down by your side, palms down. And using your abdominals, your core only, don't use your hand. Actually tee out your hands to the side. It'll give you a little bit better support. And zip up those legs. And your heels are together. And using your abdominals only, you're going to lift up. It's hard, but and then as you come back down, now try to keep your legs straight as you come down, just to a hover position. And then back up again. You don't have to go that far. And then lift. And then back down again. I'm going to show you something a little bit easier. So go ahead and lift those legs back up. And if this is too much, your legs straight to come down to hover, you can bend your knees and just do a slight toe tap. And then with the bent knees, bring them up. And then down to toe tap. And then come back up to toe tap. So that is also a good workout. Or just for a little bit stronger, straighten those legs. And then bring them down to a hover position. So I'm going to keep doing this with the straight legs, but continue on with what works for you. And it's just a little lift. It's a lot harder to lift. You don't have quite the momentum with straight as you would with bent legs, but really engaging the core. Let's do 5 more. And 3, and 2, and 1 more, last one, and up. Okay, go ahead and bring those legs down. Go ahead and take your hands, your elbows tucked in, hands by your side, and just bring yourself up. Have your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and lift up your right leg, your left leg into a tabletop position. Zip those legs together, and you're going to push out, push those feet away from you, and then bring those knees back in. So it's just push straight out and back in again. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. 1. Okay, now you can stay in this position, but bring the feet down for a moment, or come up on your hands with your elbows directly in behind you. Go ahead and lift up one leg and the other leg in tabletop. And then you're going to lower your chest, bending your elbows away from you as you straighten those legs, and then bring your knees into your chest. Now as you do this, make sure that you keep your head in line with your spine. Your head is only following what your core is doing. Try not to jet your head far or have it bent back too far. Out and then back in. Squeeze those muscles tight as you bring in your knees to your chest. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, 1. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead and sink back down. Take your hands crossed and cradle your head with your elbows out to the side. Go ahead and let your head come down onto the floor gently, of course. And bring both legs up straight, one leg then the other, and then drop down your right leg just to a hover position, keeping your other leg straight up. Bring that knee into your chest and then back up again. And then the left leg comes straight down to a hover position, knee in towards your chest and back up again. And then just do the other on the other side, knee into the chest and back up. And just keep switching legs. So down, hover, knee in and up, and keep going. Let's do 5 more on each side. Really use those abdominals again to support your legs, support the movement. Two more. And last one. Okay, keep your legs straight up. Now we're going to zip those legs together. Same position, having your elbows out to your side. This time bend both of the knees together. Bring them down into your chest and then straighten them out away from you in a hover position and bring them back up again. So they're straight up. Bring the knees in together towards your chest. Straighten, pushing those feet away from you, and with straight legs, bring them back up again. Okay, so keep going. Bent knees, push away, keeping to a hover, and then back up again. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and 1. And then go ahead and bring those knees again to your chest, hug them tight, and rock from side to side. Good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and get up. Okay, so let's get on all fours. You might want to come towards the end of your mat so your hands are more towards the end of your mat. And shoulders, hands directly underneath the shoulders. Keep those shoulders down. And so have your toes tucked under, knees are underneath your hips, toes are tucked under, and go ahead and lift so the knees are just hovering. Okay. Now, with your left foot, take it out to the side, take it directly behind you, and then right foot comes directly behind you. So now you're in a plank, straight out of plank. Then take your left leg to the outside of your mat, right leg to the outside of the mat, left leg back in, right leg back in, left leg comes in to the bent knee, right leg to the bent knee. Okay, so this is going to be the set. So we start here, and then straighten one leg, straighten the other leg, bring the left leg out, right leg out, bring one leg back in, the other leg back in, and then bring the knees back in, hovering them, and then keep going. So straighten, it's out, in, and then knees in. So you're really in a plank position the whole time. You're just adjusting the type of a plank that you're doing. Knees in, straight, out, in, and then to knees. So keep going. Try to keep that, make sure you're not letting that core, make sure that core is strong. Not raising up your hips too high, not letting your belly sink down. You want to try to keep it straight back and control as you do this. You don't need to go quickly. You're not trying to speed through it. You're trying to control the moves. Doing great. Let's do 3 more sets. One more set. And then when you're done, go ahead and lower those knees. Sit back in between your legs. Reach your hands forward and go into a child's pose. Okay, and then from here, go ahead and come lay down on your belly. Okay, so having your head down, have your legs about hip distance apart, and go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back. Just rest them on your back. The elbows are at your side. And then take those legs and bend them at the knee, and then pulse them 3 times forward. And then go ahead and lower those legs. And as those legs come down, unclasp those hands, and then reach behind you and pulse up 3 times. Head comes down. Lower, the hands clasp behind you, knees bend in, pulsing 1, 2, 3, legs come down, unclasped, and then reach behind and pulse up 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll keep doing this. 1, 2, 3, legs come down, unclasp hands, reach back behind, 1, 2, 3. Everybody got this? As you're pulsing your legs, your feet should be flexed. 1, 2, 3, coming down, and then try to lift up as high as you can with your chest and pulse behind you. Let's do 5 more sets of these. Two more. And one more. Go ahead and drop everything down. Just take a quick break here. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Inhale, exhale. And then when you're ready, take your hands, bring them up around by your shoulder blades. Elbows are tucked in. And then gently lift your chest up. Keeping your hips down on the ground, the tops of your feet are down on the ground. Okay, so you're going to hold here, and then when we're ready, we're going to let go, and then we're going to lift our legs and our arms at the same time, almost like swimming. So I'll show you one. So you're going to lift, and then when you let go, you bring your arms like that. 1, 2, 3, rock, and then bring your hands down, and then lift up. Okay, so let's go ahead and everybody make sure that your shoulders are not in your ears. Shoulders are down, and then ready, and let go. Arms are forward, and rock. And then come back up. Hold, and let go. 1, 2, 3, and back up again. Hold. It's good to have your legs a little about hip distance apart. If they are together, you can, but you may find that it pinches a little bit in your lower back, and we don't want that. So ready, go ahead and let go. Now back up again. If you don't want to follow along, you can just go at your own pace. And go. Use those abdominals to rock. Try to keep the legs straight and the arms straight out in front of you. And let go. And let's do 2 more. And let go. 1 more. And let go. Good job. Okay, go ahead and bring everything down. Now, go ahead and bend those knees, and with your left hand grab the top of your right foot, and the right hand grab the top of your right foot. Head is down. Now we're going to lift up those legs, keeping your head down, and your arms and your feet are pulling away from your hands. Try to lift up as high as you can and hold. If you rock a little bit, no worries, that's okay. You're also using your abdominals and your back muscles to rock as well as to hold. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring everything back down. We'll do this 2 more times. Ready? And lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down again. Last time, ready, and lift and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down again. Good job. Okay, so let's stay in this position on your back. You can have your hands on the front. Maybe you can rest your head to the side on the back of the palms of your hands. And then have your legs come out to the edge of your mat. Tops of your feet are resting on the mat. And lift one leg and back down, lift the other leg and back down. So controlled movements, straight leg, you're only lifting your legs and not your hips. So it's one leg and then the other leg. So your hips are at an angle. Feet come down to about the edge of your mat. Keep going. So lifting and lowering those legs. Do 2 more on each side. Okay, now go ahead and bring those feet in closer so they're about hip distance apart. You can even bring them in as close as you can together. And we're going to do the same thing, lifting and lowering the legs. Again, make sure those hips are down on the ground. You're not rocking your hips from side to side, only lifting and lowering the leg. Let's go 3 more each side. Okay, now go ahead and lift both legs. And you're going to bring them apart and back together. So they're hovered above the ground as they're apart and back together. Really squeeze those glutes to bring your legs back together and then out. Okay, try to keep them lifted as you bring them out and in. Let's do 5 more. Go ahead and lower those legs. Take a quick child's pose stretch. Gently bringing those hips back and release those lower back muscles. Try to sink that belly down to the ground and just let everything go. You're still maintaining a good stretch. Okay, let's come back on our belly. This time feet are about hip distance apart. Again, the soles or top of your feet are on your mat, and your arms are going to go out in front, and your palms are facing down, and we are going to swim for 1 minute. So head down, make sure your head is in line with your spine, and when you're ready, go ahead and lift those limbs and swim. Closer you bring your legs in together, the harder it is. You don't have to. You can, whatever feels right from you. If you want to bring them further apart from each other, that makes it just a little bit easier, but you're still working, still strengthening those muscles. Keep going. We're less than halfway done. Almost done. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop down. Good job. Let's come on to our side. And have your elbow directly underneath your shoulder. Your knees are bent. Your legs are zipped together, including your heel. Have your top hand at your side. Make sure your hips are stacked, and you're going to lift the hips and then come back down again. So you're just pivoting at your knees as you lift and lower. Using those obliques to lift and lower, not your shoulder. Your shoulder's just there to help balance, but it's lifting and lowering, using again those side muscles, those inner obliques. Keep going. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Now go ahead and come back up, and this time you're going to open up that top leg, and as you come down you're going to lower your hips. So lift up your hips, open up that leg, and then bring everything back down again. Up, open, together, and then down. Up, open, together, and then down. Keep going. Try to lift up that top leg as high as you can. Again, make sure your shoulder is just used to support you, but it's not. You're not putting all the weight on that shoulder. And try to make sure that your chest is lifted too. That will release some of any strain on that shoulder. Let's do 5 more. 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead and bring the hips down and stay in this position. Okay, so the last one we're going to do is go ahead and bring the hips back up, and then you're going to open that leg and then bring that leg forward, kick it forward, and then bring foot to foot, knee to knee, and back down again. So lift, open, and kick forward, foot to foot, knee to knee, and back down again. And lift, open, kick forward, foot to foot, knee to knee, and back down again. Doing this. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And last one. Okay. Good job. Let's go over to the other side. So elbow underneath your shoulder and legs bent. Again, stack those hips. And your top arm hand is resting on your hips. Lift up those obliques, lift up your chest, and then lift and lower those hips. Straight up and down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down again. Come back up, and then open that top leg. Close it, and come back down. So lift up, open, close, and down. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. You can stay in this position, or you can just have your hips down. If this is too much, you need a break and just open and close that top leg. That's fine. Have your hips up and open and close, or you can lift and lower, open and close. Otherwise, we're going to go to the last level 3. So lift up the hips, open that knee, and then kick that leg forward, bring it down to the foot, knee, and then back down again. Let's do 5 more. One more. And all the way down again. Okay, let's get on our back and do some hip flexor stretch. Lower down, tee those arms out at the side. Bring those legs up into a tabletop position and rotate your knees to the right and your head to the left. Hover those legs, keeping the shoulder blades down. And then bring those legs over to the other side. Again, head in opposite direction. You can keep your legs bent or straighten those legs and bring them up over to the other side. Hovering those legs. And back over to the other side. Bring those knees bent, feet down to the center of the mat. You can bring your hands down by your side and then open those and let knees up to the side. The soles of your feet come together. Just get a nice little stretch right here. Just hold this for a moment. Okay, and then gently bring yourself up into a standing position. So come onto your feet, roll up, and then roll up one vertebrae at a time, heels down. Let's go ahead and reach the arms up overhead. Slide back and stretch. Okay. Now, take a bump. Don't wait for me to say anything. Of course, if you need to take a drink, please do so at any time. Keep hydrated. So, in about the center of your mat, your feet are about hip distance apart. And with your right leg, lunge that leg back, dip the knee down, and then bring it forward. So you're just keeping on stabilizing that left leg. You're just stepping back and bringing it forward. Back and bringing it forward. Make sure that that left knee stays behind your toes, should not come forward in front of your toes. Let's do a few lunges like this. Do 5. And when you drop that knee, it should come directly below your hip. In the back hip. 3, 2, and last one, 1. Now we're going to do the lunge again, but this time instead of bringing your foot to the other foot, you're going to bring that knee up high and then step back again. So knee up high and step back. Feel those abdominals, feel that core as it keeps you stable. While those leg muscles are working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Now this time as you bring your leg forward, kick that leg straight in front of you with a flexed foot, and then you're going to bring it back into a lunge position. So fluid movement, a little bit faster. Kicking that leg forward, back into a lunge. Keeping your balance, don't go too fast, it makes it hard to keep that balance. Do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, 1. We go ahead. Have that leg back. And we're going to, with support on your left leg, you're going to kick off with that back leg into an airplane position. And then pulse that back leg 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently come back. And then we're going to do this 2 more times. Ready, push off with that back leg. Push forward into an airplane position and pulse that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that toe back. And we'll do this 1 more time. Push forward into an airplane and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go ahead and bring that foot back down to the other. You can shake the other leg out on release, and then we'll switch to the other side. Okay, so now your right leg is firmly planted on the ground. Take that left leg and lunge back, and then bring that foot back to match the other foot. So you're just lunging back, dropping the knee down, and then back again. Try to keep parallel with the mat. Make sure your hips are not rocking out from side to side. Let's go 5 more. 3, 2. Keep equal balance on your bottom of your foot. Okay, now you go ahead and lunge back, and then bring that knee up, and then lunge back. And then bring the knee up, and lunge back. Keep going. This also helps a lot building the muscles in the bottom of your foot, helps with that arch support, and helps really overall with your stability. Or whatever you do. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, balance, of course, 3, 2, 1 more. One this time, go ahead and kick that leg forward, flexed foot, and then back behind again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead and keep that leg just barely resting on, have your arms in front of you. Still solid on that right leg, and then go ahead and lean forward, push that leg up into an airplane position, and then pulse that leg, straight leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, step the leg back. Quick pause. And ready? Go ahead and lean forward, push that leg up, back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that leg, foot down, back, and then last time, go ahead and lean forward, push up, and we'll pulse it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go. Good job. Bring that leg down. Let's get a good stretch. So take those feet about hip distance apart, arms at your side. Go ahead and bring your right hand forward down to your left ankle and reach the other arm back and pull your chest into your knee. And then come back up, and then we'll do the other side. Go ahead and bring those hands directly underneath you and your head down. Just get a good nice stretch here before we continue. Maybe you try to walk those hands back in between your legs a little bit further. Pull yourself in further, deeper stretch. Good. And then paddle those feet in to each other. And go ahead and roll up one vertebrae at a time. So back into a standing position. Let's solid right leg. Bring the left leg out to your side so you're just on your toes. Make sure you're not over too far. You're standing straight and you're lifting and lowering that leg, just gently coming back to tap the toes on the ground. Just gentle lift and lower. Slow, controlled movements, keeping your balance and really feeling the weight of that leg as you lift it and you lower it. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Okay, go back up, hold it, and then just little pulses, trying to keep that balance. Doesn't have to be very high. Some of you may be higher than others. My hips and hamstrings are tight after the weekend activities. Go ahead and bring that leg back down. We'll do the opposite leg. Again, make sure that you're aligned. Your head should be, and you're stacked on your feet. Everything is straight up and down. Go ahead and take the right leg out. Toes pointed, and then lift and lower that leg just to the side, up and down. Everyone looks great. Do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1, drop it down, And ready, we'll lift and do little pulses. Working our muscles and our balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Okay, good job. Go ahead and roll your feet around. Okay, so let's facing the long of your mat, and go ahead and bring your arms out front, and then bring those hips back. Sit back and hold in this position. Try to sit back as if you were sitting on a chair, and then pulse those hips down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come up. And then back down again. This time lift up your left heel and then pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That lower that heel, lift up your right heel and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift up both heels and pulse. Just little pulses. Keep your balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels. Go ahead and come back up again. And let's lower and lift. Keeping those knees behind the toes. Sitting back as far as you can as your hands come up. Let's do 2 more. And as you come down, hold. And just pause here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring the arms up. Yeah. Still runner stretch. Your balance. Bring that leg up behind. Bring that arm up. And gently pull the top of your foot in towards your glutes. Let's switch other side. Grab the back of the foot, arm up. Good job. Bring that down. Okay. Bring your feet up hip distance apart. And go ahead and just a little side stretch here. And then over to the other side. Make sure those knees come forward, not out to the side. Should get a nice good stretch here, inside your thigh. To the other side. And over to the other side. Okay, and then gently come down onto your back again. And we'll do some bridges and then stretch, and then you'll be done. So come down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Tuck those heels in. Arms at your side, tuck your shoulder blades in. And then go ahead and lift and lower those hips. Straight up and down. Five. Really push those heels down into the ground. That can give you better leverage to lift those hips up. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Now stay up high. Take your right leg straight out so both knees are parallel. And then lower and lift with that leg. Lower and lift. Coming up, back up so that your knees are aligned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up high. Straighten the same leg. Foot flex and lower and lift. Straight up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop that foot down. Make sure your knees are hip distance apart. Straighten your left leg out. and then lower and lift with that leg straight. Back up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up high. Now straighten that leg straight up overhead. Flex that foot and lower and lift. Make sure that leg is straight. It's perpendicular to your core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up high. Go ahead and drop that leg down. Raise those hips up even higher, a little bit higher, and then let's do some pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hips up high and then just open your knees and close them. Open and close. You're keeping your hips lifted up. You open and close those knees. Use those glutes to help bring your knees back together. Keep breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and drop down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And as you come all the way down, go bring your knees into your chest, hug them tight, and rock side to side. Go ahead and lower your left leg straight down. Bring just the right knee in, hug it tight to your chest. And then release and straighten that leg. Reach behind your calf, pull it towards you. You can lift your head up and your chest up to give a deeper stretch. Make sure that your other leg is flat to the ground. And pull it towards you. Go ahead and drop your head down and take your right hand in the inside of that right thigh and bring it away from you. Keeping your glutes on the ground. Don't let your hips roll. Should feel a good stretch on the inner thigh there. And then the opposite hand, reach over around to the right of that thigh and bring it over to the other side. And make sure that your both shoulder blades are down. As you do, pull that leg in toward you, get a nice good stretch in your glutes and outside of your thigh, hips. Okay, bring that leg back around and pull it and bring it in front of the other leg and reach behind your hamstrings and pull that foot in towards you. Lift up your head and your chest, get a deeper stretch, maybe take that right elbow and push away that right knee. Even further, deeper stretch. Go ahead and release. Bring that right leg all the way back down again. Bring the left leg in and hug it tight to your chest. Go ahead and straighten that leg, reach behind the calf, and then lift up and pull that leg in towards you. Head comes up, straight leg. Go ahead and release the head back down with the left hand. Take the inside of the left thigh and reach that leg around. I have to bend my knee, I don't have enough room to straighten it, but either way, bent knee or straight leg. Go ahead and with your right hand, grab the outside of that left thigh, tee out the other hand, and bring that leg over to the other side. And bring that leg back up, and then bring that leg in front of the other one, bring the right leg in, and grab behind your hamstrings, pull it towards you, and hip stretch, and then you take your left elbow and push away on that left knee. Okay, go ahead and release and bring your elbows gently come up. And sit in the cross position. Let's do finish the way we started. So take your right elbow in, hand it out to the side, reach up with your left hand, and reach over. Make sure that your hips and seat are both hips, your hips, sit bones are on the ground. Reach over, and then come back up, and we'll go over to the other side. And back up. Go ahead and take those arms out in front of you, and then reach forward, bending at the hips. Head comes down. Make sure your butt stays down on the ground. Reach forward. And walk those hands back up. And give yourself a round of applause because you did a great job.